What's up guys, this is GMC Project here. This is my Recon Mod guide, and just to start off the video, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm using a different mic setup. It's actually a headset mic instead of my crappy webcam mic. So I hope it sounds better. Drop a comment if you think it does, just to give me some feedback on whether or not you like it and I should continue doing it this way. But I'm going to try and hop into the video as fast as I can because I know my videos tend to drag on. That's mainly because I want to be in depth as I possibly can. But I know that sitting down and watching an 8-minute video is not always practical, so I'll try and keep it moving for you guys. Recon Mod Guide, here we go. I got a request for this. It's the main reason why I'm doing it, and I just need to get a video up because I know it's been a little while. Been very busy with school, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. Let's get started. These are all the screws. The red circles here indicate screws that are hidden. You need to pull the slide back a little bit to take them off. But it's pretty self-explanatory. This is where they all are. When I take them off, I like to put them in the shape of the blaster just so I know where they go. But you can do whatever you'd like. Some of them are the same sizes, some of them aren't. But I just like to put them back in the same screw ports no matter what. And here's a look at your internals. The Recon is a relatively simple blaster, so pretty much what you have here is a plunger tube, a barrel, trigger, and a few nasty locks. So let's take care of those locks real quick. I have in colored boxes here outlined where each lock is located. I'm going to go through and tell you what each of them do. In the top left, in the brown box, that is your tactical piece, holds on your tactical sights. When you open that up, that might go flying with its little tiny spring. Make sure you set that aside. Don't lose that if you want to be able to put on some sights, or I just think it looks nice. I don't like to have a random hole in the top of my blaster. The red box outlines the clip lock. This lock prevents you from jamming a clip in or taking a clip out when the blaster is primed forward. Now you can remove this lock. I do because I don't like locks, but even if you do remove it, you still should not rip your clips out because if you do, you will damage your clips. But I just don't like locks in general, so it will not be in my blaster. This green box is your trigger lock. This prevents you from depriming your blaster, so if you prime it back and you would like to pull the trigger and slowly relieve the spring tension instead of firing a dart, because it's pretty restricting if every time you prime it back, you have to fire a dart. So that lock, if you want to be able to deprime it, is essential. You need to take that out. Purple box, that is your catch. Holds back the spring. Don't touch it. I just kind of wanted to tell you what it was. Bottom right, that is the little black piece that tends to fall out. That holds in, doesn't really hold in the dart. It just kind of fills the hole where the random dart holder is in the handle that no one uses. Piece of junk anyway. But yeah, those are all your locks. The main part that we mod in the Recon is the barrel assembly, though, here. This is also another lock here. Before I continue, I got to show you what this is. This, when you prime your blaster back, you prime it forward, this lock locks your slide in place. You can't deprime it. You can't pull the slide back again and deprime it. So I leave it in sometimes. Sometimes I take it out depending on what my blaster's purpose is, but just to let you know, that's what it is. 2 screws on the bottom will take it out if you want to be able to move your slide back again. But this here is the pin that holds in the bolt sled to the bolt. You want to tap that out with a small nail so we could be able to take out the air restrictor. That's what mod we're doing right now, by the way, is the air restrictor removal. It's a piece within the barrel that restricts air, kind of why it's called an air restrictor, but it slows down the air and prevents the dart from going quickly. So once you've taken out that pin, your barrel will just be by itself. It's easiest to work with that way. That's kind of why we take out the pin. There'll be a black O-ring back here. Take that off carefully. Do not damage that. It's just not in the picture. So the main thing that we're going to be doing here is taking out the air restrictor. And what you want to do is use a drill bit that is smaller than a dart. Most people use drill bits that are like 1/2 inch or about the size of a dart, but that's dangerous. You see, because this area right here, outlined in red, has a smaller inner diameter than the dart. That's to make air pressure. The dart goes in, takes a little bit of effort, it doesn't fall out of the barrel. It's a little tighter than the dart. That's what allows the dart to go, is because, you guys get what I'm saying, air pressure builds up behind the dart. So if you use a drill bit that's the same size as the dart or larger, you are going to take out the plastic, and therefore you're not going to get as much range. So what you want to do is you want to use a drill bit slightly smaller than the dart. I have a drill bit here. I will post an annotation with the size. I don't have the size on me right now, but these pictures are just showing you that it is a little bit smaller than the dart. So when you take out the air restrictor, you will not be harming that section at all. Here's a picture showing the straight shot down the barrel. As you can see, you can't see through it. There's a whole lot of junk in there. So you want to put that drill bit into your drill and slowly, ever so slowly, carefully drill through. Maybe you can go through the back or through the front. You just want to go very slow, careful not to scrape against the walls too hard. But when you're finished, you should have a nice, clean, straight shot down the barrel here. You might hear some rattling inside the barrel. That's just the ring on the inside that used to hold the air restrictor. You can try and get that out if you like, but it really doesn't even matter. I got it out because I'm OCD and it bothers me. But here's the picture. This here is a hole on the side of the barrel. Hasbro installs this so that air leaks out the side whenever you're firing and makes your dart shoot like crap. And they do this on purpose because the guns are made for little kids. I understand that, but we don't want that. So what we're going to do is you can wrap electrical tape around the whole barrel just a little bit. You don't want to do too much because then it'll be annoying to put a clip in. But you just wrap a little bit of electrical tape around to plug the hole. But the best idea, I think, is to take a dab of hot glue and just stick it over the hole. And as you can see, I'm using clear hot glue here, so you can hardly see it at all. But that hole is plugged. No air is getting out there, and it's really clean. I like how I do that. And the next step that we have here is the seal improvement for the Recon. The rubber O-ring, not a washer, rubber O-ring slides against the plunger tube in order to create a seal, and often it's very loose, so not much air pressure is being built up. What you want to do is you want to take some plumber's tape and you want to slowly wrap it around the back where the O-ring used to go. You should do about maybe 2 wraps. 1.5 wraps is also good. And then you want to put your O-ring back on and see if you can slide it into the plunger tube nice and slow. Just, check to see how tight they are. You want it to be kind of tight, but not really, really tight. You want it to still be able to slide. And then you want to slap on some grease. I use Orange Mod Works silicone grease. Best grease on earth, if you ask me. Great for Nerf guns. Not any grease works on Nerf guns because some very industrial greases or harsh greases will seep into the O-ring and they'll damage it. So you don't want to use like WD-40 or those other greases. And, some people always message me, is this grease okay? Is this grease okay? And truthfully, all silicone grease is supposed to be alright for Nerf guns, but I used one time and it expended my O-rings and I broke 2 Mavericks because of that. So I only use Orange Mod Works grease. It's like $2, guys. I mean, I'll have the link in the description to their website. If not, just search it up on Google. I might forget to put the link there. But it's super cheap. Great stuff. Never going to hurt your Nerf guns. It's designed to work with them. And then, after you've done all that, you might want to pad the plunger. The best method that I do for this is you cut off a section of the Big Bad Bow arrow or another Nerf arrow. I use the Big Bad Bow because it's about the same diameter as the plunger tube. I have a picture here with the spring just to show you that it's a little bit bigger, but it's good. So what you would do is that you'd take a razor, an X-Acto knife, and you just cut off a thin section, like 1/2 inch to 1 inch. You really don't want that much. Actually, 1 inch would be way too much. You want to do 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of foam, and then just stuff it into the barrel and put it at the very bottom of the plunger tube so that when it slides together, it pads the plunger. I'm trying to explain this as best I can. If you have any questions, always message me, guys. But you just throw everything back into your blaster, and you're done. This picture shows you here. You see the locks are gone. I took those out. This is what your internal should look like when you're finished. Again, my trigger is an Orange Mod Works trigger, so it looks a little different, but it is the same thing, essentially. And, yeah, pretty much done with this video here. Thanks to you guys for watching. I tried to keep it a little bit shorter. It's still around 8 minutes. If that really bothers you, please post a comment and talk to me about it. I just like to really, teach you guys how to mod Nerf guns, not just say, do this, do that, do this. If you'd prefer me just to tell you what to do and not why to do it, I can do that too. I'm still very new to the YouTube thing, so just drop me a comment. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thanks for listening. Alright, see ya. Peace.